if you need last minute help passing your SBL exam in June 2025, or if you want to increase your chances of passing it, I have a 90-slide, very detailed analysis of the preceding information, full of models that apply to the issues case and likely issues to come up in the exam. This is the first issue that I think can come up in the exam, strategic directionary positioning, but I've already filmed a video for that. Go watch that if you want to know more about it. Today we are going to talk about supply chain risk and attacks. First of all, the shoes is very dependent on a single supplier, ACCA. The only shoes that the shoes can produce without ACCA is their handmade formal shoes. For the other two types of shoes, they are fully dependent on ACCA. The mass manufacturing is fully outsourced in Totland, where ACCA is located. On top of that, there are quality issues and delays. So you are very dependent on one major outsourcer for three types of goods, and they're already producing low quality and with delays. This creates major supply chain risk. So one of the possible exam angles will be risk assessment and Terra model. Another possible exam angle is that in the case, it's mentioned that customers are concerned about poor working conditions in the countries where those outsourced manufacturers are operating. So they want to be ethical consumers. And if they knew, for example, ACCA was not paying fair wages to their employees or working conditions in ACCA factories were bad, they would not want to buy from Dearn shoes. So this is a big reputational risk for Dearn if the working conditions at ACCA factories are not as good as they should be. Another exam angle could be governance failure in supplier oversight, meaning that if Dearn didn't do proper supplier due diligence, if they didn't have systems and controls in place, if their supplier contracts were not designed thinking about potential issues, that could be a problem for Dearn. Well, what can be the relevant frameworks? Terra, as we mentioned, is a very relevant framework. Stakeholder mapping, Mendelow matrix, is another relevant framework. You could get a risk register in the exhibits, and this risk register can be complete or incomplete. Thinking about past SBL exams, it can be a proper risk register, or it can be incomplete and you might need to advise on that risk register on how to improve it. Another relevant framework could be ESG, environmental, social, governmental. And finally, you might need to give some advice on what best governance practices would be for Dearn. So governance principles are going to be relevant here. If you want to know more about these, I have Terra, Mendelow, and other models applied to Dearn shoes case, and I also have some suggestions about what best governance practices could be for Dearn in this document. If you want to purchase it, link is below in the comment, and I will see you soon in another likely issues video.